Luke Cage, man, ain't nothing to fuck with. Luke Cage, man, ain't nothing to fuck with. Luke Cage, man, ain't nothing to fuck with. Ah, man, that Luke Cage trailer looks fucking boss as fuck. God damn.
PopCulture Master Race.
Does mother know you wear it for grace?
All your pop culture needs. And here are your hosts, Aidan and Brett Page.
Hello, and welcome back to the PCMR podcast, the Pop Culture Master Race, home of comic books, TV shows, movies. Mostly the people who talk about those things. We don't actually have any comic books, movies, or TV shows that are PCMR branded, but we talk about them a lot.
Maybe one day.
One day.
Maybe we could be comic book characters. Comic books about our life. That would be fucking boring.
That would be the worst comic book ever. I would literally go and like bag it out, even though I probably wrote it and star in it. It's like, nah, it's comic book shit.
Yeah.
Fucking hate it.
Yeah,
this guy's life is so depressing and boring and meaningless.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, thank cheers. Cheers, me.
Just two nerds just sitting around reading comic books and watching movies all day. Not that entertaining. No.
Every now and then eating myself a mint chocky bicky. What I'm going to do right now. Live.
Mint chocky bicky. What a... Oh. You don't have to exaggerate the lip noises. Ugh.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing. I hate the sound of lips smacking. And it's like, just when people slurp real loud.
So you're saying you wish life had a pop filter?
Yes. Does everyone just
You wish
walk around
everyone
with
walked
pop
around
filter?
with little things attached to their necks right in front of their face. So it's like, yes. Get rid of all that P and S sounds just out of my life. Get it out of here.
And they have me stuff like that.
Oh, I love that noise. It's just disgusting. It's like how people hate the word moist? I love it. It's just, moist. Oh, yes. Oh, tell me more. Oh.
Blowjobs are a problem for me. No.
Anyway, my name's Aidan.
I'm Brett.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
disgusting.
get that out of the way. If you want, names to who can I complain to about this just horrible content? All right, I've got their names now.
Yeah.
Complain directly to them.
Yeah,
Be specific about the people that I hate.
Yeah, you gotta know which one of us. When we make a joke that you hate, you gotta know who to direct it at.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's get into this news. It's a news week. Nerdy news. Nerdy news, yeah. We've done a lot of bloody reviews lately. It was, I don't know, last week was Suicide Squad. That was, and we seem to be in the minority in liking it.
Yeah, I know, right? And considering...
Man, people just, we saw the Rotten Tomatoes score early on, but man, it's, we're going to be talking about that in a little bit. We're going to talk about some other DC news first, but man.
See, here's
Wow.
what I've seen. I've seen a lot of reviewers and people like that saying, "Oh, I hate it," but almost everyone who I'm actually friends with, people who I'm friends with on Facebook, a lot of them are saying the same as me. What? I like it. So it's really this movie is really weird, having a weird effect.
The weird thing is, every time I hear a complaint, I hear it and I'm go yeah, no, that's true, that's fair. None of it I disagree with, but I found the movie enjoyable. It was fun.
Yeah, I'm the same. Every time someone's complaining, I'm you got a point.
That's a fair point. They do that a lot. They don't do that a lot. It is incoherent. I still had fun, though, I guess. I don't know.
That's all it is in the end. If you had fun.
All right, well, someone whose life affected, I guess death affected, spoiler, the movie a lot was Superman. And, for a dead man, we've got some strange news coming out about him.
Yes, Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about that to ruin the bloody plot of you? They've already ruined it because they released that Justice League photo. It's he's still alive. It's he comes back to life. Whatever.
Here's the thing,
What, do you think we'd actually kill, the most iconic hero in history? Do you think we really had the balls to do that?
Zack
They didn't have the
Snyder
balls
would
to
if he
do it in
could.
the comic books. We don't have the balls to do it either.
Zack Snyder would if he could.
Actually, I would respect them so much if they actually just left him dead and there was never another, Superman film until, I don't know, they reboot it or something. They can have, people could say, oh, you got your Superman on TV, you got your Superman on Supergirl, but in the films, he's dead. that would be ballsy as fuck. But no,
It would be, but like
of course they're not going to do that.
99% of people knew he was coming back. And if you were the 1% of people who didn't know he was coming back, shame. Gonna put a Game of Thrones clip in. Shame.
Get that. Shame. Ringing that bell.
Yeah.
Oh, my brother can play that song that was in the last episode, the do 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 do. He plays it. I feel like the house is about to
about to
burn
explode
down
in
every time he starts
wildfire.
playing it. It's like that's the new like Reigns of Castamere for me. Every time I hear that, I'm like, oh shit, someone's gonna blow me up. This is like, you know how I was gonna make a terrible joke, but I won't do it.
No, you have to.
I caught myself.
Yeah.
No. It's pretty bad.
I live for bad jokes, Aidan. I live for them.
Okay, it's like the fantasy version of Allah Akbar. That's all. Yeah, it's bad. It's terrible, and I hate
it's
myself.
bad in a different way than I was thinking.
Yeah, no. So I spend too much time on the internet, and when you're on the internet, you kind of just filter out all the fact that all this terrible shit is terrible. Like, there's that guy who at the Olympics, he was doing like a triple backflip in gymnastic or something, and he landed on his leg and just snapped it.
And it was all in a fucked up shape, and
and instead of like having that reaction of going like, oh, like I had like one, oh, and then every other time I see it, I'm like, ha ha, fuck you, which is terrible.
See,
And
I'm just, I cannot stand that. When people's limbs are the wrong way. I'm one of the lucky ones. I've never broken a bone or anything.
Me too. Never done it.
It's relatable. Like my sister has.
we've got-
I remember. I was
fuck,
there when my sister broke her leg. It was fucking 9-year-old
Like,
falling off a rock.
I feel like if I'm afraid that like it's gonna happen like any time now. Like I'm just gonna do something stupid because when you're younger, it's like, oh, they were climbing a tree and then they fell down and broke their leg. Or I knew one guy who was climbing a fence and he had like his hand caught in the fence and like he fell down and it snapped in the wrong way and he was caught there like hanging with his hand bent like the way that it should not bend at all.
Ugh.
There was another girl I knew in primary school. She was swinging on the monkey bars and then she like swung up and landed on both of her arms and broke them both at the same time. Yeah, it was
I
like,
broke one.
me and my friend were just sitting there watching her doing it. I was like, that's okay. And we just kept sitting there as like ambulances came, everyone's standing around. We're just sitting there on a playground going like, that's terrible.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
No, I actually broke my sister's tooth once. This is a funny story.
Ooh. Oh yeah.
Okay, well, you'd probably know this, Aidan, so you'll understand. Like, the back gate of my house that I grew up in back in Wagga, it backs onto an oval. And quite often, the bus would drop us, like, that side of the road, so it'd be quicker to get home cutting through the oval than having to walk around the block. So as you came through the gate, we had our play set. We had little monkey bars things. And it was right as you went through the gate, so you had to hold it above your head to get through the gate. So I walked through the gate first, and as a joke, I just swung it back as hard as I could towards my sister. And it just hit her fair in the teeth, and literally half of her tooth got knocked out. She has half a fake tooth now because of that.
You're a terrible brother. That's wonderful, but that's terrible.
It's a good story. It's a good story.
Oh, I'm glad you told me. I feel touched. I'm glad you've never swung a door into my teeth. That's, whoo.
Hey, a monkey bar into your teeth. Thank you very much.
But you know what? A lot of people feels like. A lot of people say, "Oh, this feels like a monkey bar to my teeth." Bloody Suicide Squad.
Oh yes, Suicide Squad. Segue as fuck, brah.
Yeah, right back into it. So Suicide Squad, as we were saying earlier, we liked it. We gave it 7 out of 10 each. Thought it was fun. I think mostly I was just relieved that I didn't come out of it with this like sense of wanting to kill myself like Batman v Superman did.
Like every other day of my life.
Oh boy, yeah. It's like Brett, I know how you feel like every day of your life. This is terrible. How have you not killed yourself so many times? I don't know. I guess I'll just take it one time at a day. I guess it could be worse. I could be Batman v Superman. You could. Oh, it'd be so much worse. Anyway,
that was weird.
Anyway, point is, Batman v Superman was terrible, and I don't like it. Ultimate Cut's slightly better. it made the stuff that I liked, more tolerable, and the stuff I hated even more stupid because, well, the rest of this is smarter now, so this bit seems extra stupid, therefore I hate it more. It's like, ugh. But yeah, so Suicide Squad, we liked it, but the general public and really the critics and seem to really dislike it, vitriolically so. And this, has angered DC fans further, who they can't get a break. The Killing Joke, I liked it, but again, critics seem to not like it.
I actually watched that over the weekend.
What did you think?
I think the pacing was a bit weird, but overall I did enjoy it.
Yeah, it's longer than your usual, kind of DC animated thing. So
It's just the first bit went on for too long, I think. The bit about, Barbara Gordon and Bruce's relationship, that went on a bit too much. I get
why they did it, because in the comics, Barbara Gordon, she isn't really a character, and they had to we'll flesh her out. You make you care for her if you've never seen anything with Batgirl in it. But yeah, they made some decisions in that some people have been like, ugh. But all of the Killing Joke stuff I liked. So
yeah. Once that part was over, it was really good. Got some real good psychological shit happening. Good.
And just hearing Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill again was like, ooh. But yeah, apparently critics, they were kind of mixed on that one. So it's getting kind of low Rotten Tomato scores because of all the aggregated critic reviews. And same thing with Suicide Squad, which is now down to something like 22% on Rotten Tomatoes, which it doesn't deserve at all.
Yeah,
it's not that
unfair.
bad. I've seen, much worse films than Suicide Squad.
Get higher percentages on there.
There are much worse films that have been released this year that deserve that score over Suicide Squad. But
in the same sentence, though, I do want to say, though we are going to dispute that score, we're not the kind of dickheads who are going to sign a petition to take down Rotten Tomatoes.
No. So, yeah, we're not quite as angry as some people have been. There's one guy, I think in England, who he drove...
Okay. He drove from Scotland to London.
Yeah. That's 300 kilometers or something like that.
It's a long drive.
Okay. It's a long way. So he drove all the way to London to go and see it. And he felt that the film falsely advertised how much Joker was in it. And Jared Leto, he's only in the film for 8-9 minutes at most.
I think I read it was 15 minutes in total.
15? Okay, well, it's double what I thought it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's not in it that much. So this guy was really angry, and he is suing Warner Brothers.
Yeah. Apparently, first on his way out, he demanded a refund to the movie cinema staff, which of course they're not going to fucking do that.
No, it's you sat through the entire movie. No. There wasn't a problem with the screening. We screened the movie that we said we were going to screen. Sorry, we're not giving you your money back.
Exactly. There's no grounds to get his money back.
But maybe they shouldn't have laughed at him, which I think...
Yeah, maybe they shouldn't have laughed at him, which he said they did. Maybe they didn't. Maybe he's exaggerating.
Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. It's what he's saying. If he's saying is correct, guys, you shouldn't have done that. So his brother, is it? Or is...
Yeah, he says that his brother is a lawyer, which is never good.
No.
As in, it's never really going to work.
It's like
saying, oh, I'll get my cousin under you.
I saw a film this afternoon. Oh yeah, you gotten a job yet? No. But I saw a film and it didn't have enough of the comic book character I liked in it. So could you sue Warner Brothers for me? No. You. How about you go and get a job? You fucking waste of space. Mum hates you.
It reminds me.
You were a mistake.
You know how there's always that one bully in primary school is like, oh, my cousin's 18, he's got a gun, he's gonna get you, my cousin's gonna shoot you. That's what it reminds me of.
That's what it feels like. Oh god damn it. No, I never said I'd help him sue Warner Brothers. Why would I try and sue Warner Brothers? They're a giant conglomerate full of, teams and teams of lawyers. I am one person from Scotland. No. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I still want to see how this plays out though, because it could be hilarious.
Yeah. It could be. I'm hoping there's more there's more news on it. We hear more from it. But he wasn't the only person angry about Joker's screen time. Jared Leto is
the
apparently
man himself
really disappointed with how much screen time Joker has, because he shot what he says to be an entire feature film length of footage for Joker, and I can understand why he's angry, because for 6 months all we heard was just on and on stories about, he got really into the role. He was crazy. He was sending his castmates bits of rats and, bullets
Used
and stuff.
condoms, apparently.
Crazy, depraved, unnecessary shit.
Because he's a method actor, they say.
Yeah, and he watched like 100 hours of, actual real violent crimes on the internet. So, he did some crazy shit for this role, and he's only in it for like 10 minutes. It's basically a featured guest star.
Yeah, pretty much.
At best.
Even though it says him in the main cast and he's in all the posters and all the trailers.
He's on all the posters, and yet he's barely in the film. So naturally, when IGN were interviewing him, he was like, hey, maybe if I die, they'll release all the footage. And they were like, we hope you don't die. And you know what his response was?
What?
We all die.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's in a dark place.
He's in a fucking dark... Hey, maybe we'll get a heavy 30 Seconds to Mars album out of this.
Oh, probably. It's going to be like, why wasn't I in the movie more? I am the Joker. Speaking of music, did you see that music video for Purple Lamborghini where he's just kind of walking around?
No, I didn't. Though I have seen it posted.
The music is not so good. Like, it's kind of a dumb song because, like, we're talking about purple Lamborghinis. No purple Lamborghinis in any of the music video. There isn't even a purple Lamborghini in the film. It's a kit car that's like, I forget what it's called because I don't know anything about cars, but all I know is it's not a Lamborghini. It's a kit car made to look kind of like a Lamborghini. So, weird concept for a song, not even a false advertising. Again, once again, things involving the Joker, false advertising. But anyway, yeah, he's in that. It's like basically just him walking around with Rick Ross and Skrillex being like, not even talking, just walk around being like, yes, I am the Joker. Ooh, I'm in character. Ha 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 ha. Ooh.
Well,
like,
I think I can. Right. I think I can handle a dumb song for a decent video clip because I spent about an hour last night watching Macklemore video clips because he actually has pretty good video clips. I'll give him that.
They are pretty good. I really like the one for Downtown.
Yes, like, Downtown.
The song is kind of take it or leave it. It's like, yeah, mate, I already heard bloody Uptown Funk. I don't need another one. So
it's pretty much the Uptown Funk.
It's like, Uptown Funk is popular? Well,
it's like they
am I.
Yeah, like they heard Uptown Funk, like, let's make that.
That being said, I really do like the music video for that.
Oh,
it's pretty nifty.
Macklemore has some good music videos in general.
I don't hate him like I hate most pop stars because, he's kind of irreverent and his songs are kind of silly. Like, he's not going on about like, ooh, yeah, I got a fat ass and I'm gonna fuck a bitch, and he's not doing some dumb trap shit. We're just like, panda, 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 panda.
See, he writes
this
fun
is a song.
songs.
They're fine. They're he doesn't try to like, I'm rapping because I'm cool and black, and it's like, he's not doing Iggy Azalea is what I'm trying to say.
He's got Idris Elba is in one of his songs and music videos. Do you know that?
That's another good music video he has. Actually, the song's okay,
Dance
but
off,
but I like, I see Idris Elba a bit. I'm like, ooh, yeah.
Nice. When it comes to the bit Idris Elba actually sings, it's like he shouldn't be opening his mouth in music.
He's actually a DJ, apparently.
Oh God.
Yeah, he's like, that was what he was doing before he was acting, and then he realized, oh wait, I'm actually an immaculate actor. I should just do this. And it's like, yeah, you should.
Yeah.
You have the screen presence of a god. Fucking keep acting.
Yeah. Anyway,
and that's why they cast him in Thor. Haha. Anyway, what the fuck were we talking about? Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad. We do segues on this show.
So yeah, the film, it's doing well for like an opening weekend. It's done better than Guardians of the Galaxy and Deadpool. It made about 135 million at the box office
and
over the weekend.
That's
so
a pretty solid opening weekend. Like they haven't yet made back their budget.
No.
But they're definitely going to.
I think the real trick with this is like to see how its second weekend does, like how big the drop off is with all like the critics saying like, it's fucking garbage. Could the second weekend be a lot lower like Batman v Superman was? Because that was a crazy drop off the next weekend.
Like 60%, I think it was. We talked about it on this.
Yeah. So it remains to be seen how it does going forward. But, Warner Brothers are saying they're happy with it. The cast and crew are being like, we don't understand. We made a fine film. But there's a lot of contention going around about like whether, David Ayer actually had like we got to see the version that David Ayer wanted us to see, because there's there was that Reddit leak about someone talking about all the deleted scenes that were in it, talking about all these like different Joker scenes and how the dynamic between Joker and Harley was completely different. Where in the film, it's kind of lovey-dovey, but it took out all these scenes, which made it seem much more kind of violent and abusive, like it is in the comics. So I kind of feel like I'd wanted to see the ultimate cut of this, which I feel like that's what we're going to get again, like BVS. But I want Warner Brothers to make a film that's actually the cut that, reflects the script. It's not them going like, okay, we've written a script for a 3-hour film and we're going to cut it down to 2 hours. Like, actually make a script that's 2 hours long and then do that.
Yeah.
Cut out a few things here and there, because every film needs to trim the fat in a few scenes here and there. But, actually properly, like, work on it so you're not, like, trying to create this, like, it's this big, expansive vision that we could never actually do and never actually release in cinemas. It's like, fucking stop that. Actually get your head in the game and actually, like, make something that you can actually make.
Yeah, if you have enough to be able to edit it differently and make a completely different movie, you probably have too much.
Yeah, you have way too much. Like, that was the problem with Batman v Superman, because you watch the Ultimate Cut and it's like, this flows a lot better, a lot of this makes more sense, a lot of, like, entire plot points, entire, like, character beats that made Superman an actual character. Clark Kent actually got to do stuff instead of just show up every now and then and say, like, I don't like the Batman. Why? No reason. I just don't like him. Like he actually did, like, proper journalistic research and stuff.
I still don't understand why he didn't like Batman, but okay.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, just crazy shit's going on with this film. But there is some other good news coming out of it. Is that Margot Robbie, who was probably one of the highlights, a lot of people are agreeing. Her and Will Smith were the highlights of the film. She's fallen in love with the character. She said she wants to play Harley Quinn for as long as possible. She's talking about doing a solo film, which would feature a lot of, like, the DC universe women. So we're talking about Batgirl, probably Poison Ivy, Catwoman, these kind of people. Kind of the Gotham Sirens, Birds of Prey, all that kind of stuff. So that could be interesting. I don't know how to feel going into, like, these next couple, like, DC films, because I want them to, like, get to the point where they're not always on the back foot and being like, we'll do this, or, like, I'm worried about Wonder Woman now. Like, I liked Suicide Squad, but every time I hear people talk about all the problems, I'm like, those are all valid points. See, that's all true.
I stand by what I said last episode. I believe I said it last episode. Because Suicide Squad was in production when Batman v Superman came out. And I think the reactions to that is what sent everything into shambles. They started to change everything, whatever. So I think because
you can really tell with the music, because a lot of it's just like, we released that trailer that made it look like a fun film. Fuck, we didn't make a fun film. Fuck, chuck all this 80s and music onto it. Shit.
See, so because this Batman v Superman happened in the middle of making Suicide Squad, and all that shit happened because of it, I think by the next movie they will have found their footing more. They would have
hoping Wonder Woman is good, because, like,
yeah, well, I think it will be.
Just for the sake of, like, women superheroes, we need a good female superhero film.
Yeah. Well, I think it would be, because they've found their footing. They know what the audiences want. They took a big step in the right direction with Suicide Squad, but because it was still, like, all this stuff happened when they were halfway through it, they're trying to make changes halfway through. That's what its downfall was. So I stand firm in believing that it's only going to get better.
I hope so, because it's better for the entire, like, comic book movie industry if Marvel and DC are both, like, competitively strong against each other. So, like, they can have a dud every now and then, but I want them mostly to be trying to, like, improve each other. So, like, Marvel can look at DC and go, like, oh shit, like, they're doing really well. We need to be better. Like the comic book industry itself. Like, it just sucks, because it's going to let Marvel feel like they can just coast, which thankfully they're not doing. It seems like they're trying to, like, push themselves. Like, okay, well, DC isn't really the competition for us. We're the only competition for us. Our last film was good. Let's make the next one better. Yeah, which is what they did with Civil War. It's like fucking amazing.
Well, it's Disney we're talking about here, and I've learned to trust Disney. Like, I know they'll break it one day, because everyone does, but still.
they're doing all right. Like, I'm hoping Rogue One is good because, man, it'd be so good to get a good Star Wars film every year. Oh, how good would that be?
Oh, yes. And we've seen some
yes.
set photos and stuff for Rogue One. Yes, we're moving on somehow. Rogue One,
Yes.
we've seen some set photos and shit.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of set photos, and we've got a trailer, a proper one, coming out this Friday. We've seen a little 15-second teaser, which is showing off the new U-wing, which is a new type of a ship in the film.
Yeah. See, this is one of the things where I'm like, why are they introducing new things in a prequel?
I feel like the universe is big enough that we could have just like not seen this ship. Like if you introduce like entire new concepts, like and then there was all this important shit that could have been used for this, but no.
Well,
but I feel like one or two ships is like whatever. It's like
Okay, true. I guess I'm still just like, why are there battle droids in this prequels? But okay.
yeah, that's something that's like I guess yeah.
Well,
That's a bit
they
odd,
had
like-
they had enough battle droids to basically fight a war. So
Maybe-
where the fuck are they all in the originals? And this is only 30 years later.
I guess they've used all the metal they would have to build battle droids to make that Death Star. So like we've really run out of metal. What have we got left around? A lot of ceramic. We'll put it on some people and call them troopers.
Yeah,
there we go.
They ran out of metal. Let's say the universe ran out of metal. They couldn't make any more battle droids. Anyway, so yeah, we've seen some set photos of the Death Troopers. They're on a watery planet, which yay!
I'm just really looking forward to like some new terrain and like seeing like AT-ATs in like that kind of tropical planet. It looks so good. I hope it's good.
Yeah, well, it remains to be seen, and we'll see a trailer on Friday. Hopefully we'll get a little more of a look because it's just teasing us. It's right on the cusp of our lips.
Yeah, I think after this next trailer, I'll be good. Hopefully this next trailer is good and be like, okay, I'm sold. Like I've seen enough clips. Like that was the thing with Suicide Squad. After like, I didn't really watch the Comic-Con trailer. I didn't watch all those little like clips they released because like, fuck it, I'm just got to see them filmed. Stop.
Yeah,
Like I went and watched them again before the review just to like refresh my memory. But outside of that, it's like, no, fuck it, no, I'm gonna see the film anyway.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I do that as well. I'm just I get to a point where I'm like, I've seen enough. So let me watch the film. I don't want to watch the film before I watch the film.
So what have we got next? Yeah, let's move on from that and talk about Patrick Stewart. More comic book news here. Patrick Stewart is in Wolverine 3. It's Hugh Jackman's final film, but it might also be Patrick Stewart's final film as Professor X.
Yes. Oh, what was the exact quote? I had it here before. He was saying in an interview where it was like, it might be his final outing. Oh, I had it in my head.
Was it him more saying that he's tired of playing the character, or him saying, I'm old, I might die? I don't know.
Hold on, I'm getting there. I would imagine this is probably the end of the franchise for me. But the thing about science fiction and fantasy is that you can never, ever say it's the end, that it's over. Yes.
I get that.
Yeah, so he's kind of just like saying, I think I might not come back. So seems like it might just be a conscious decision on his part, maybe, that he doesn't want to come back to the franchise. Like, look, they've got McAvoy.
Yeah, we've got McAvoy now.
They have to morph into one person at some point.
Look, at this point, the X-Men timeline is so fucked up that it doesn't matter if, like, McAvoy, like, they cross over and, like, McAvoy still looks like McAvoy in present day. Because it's like, fuck it. Who cares? None of this makes sense anyway. In one film, Bolivar Trask was a giant black man. In another one, he's Peter Dinklage. None of it matters. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Hooray!
freaking
Comic books.
Colossus, his change through the... He was in X2, I think it was, and from being
he
an
was
actual
American,
Colossus in
he was
Deadpool.
a normal-sized person. He was in X-Men Days of Future Past. He's a normal-sized person there. And then in Deadpool, they finally actually get it correct. But by that point, we're like, fuck it, okay. I guess he's this now.
Yeah, it's just... Oh, these X-Men timelines are so weird.
Oh, so confusing.
So, yeah.
But hey,
we've got
comic books. They started doing this shit before they realized they had to build like a universe. They were just making films back then. You know, no one knew that Marvel was going to pull their shit together and actually like kick everyone into fucking making universes. Fuck.
Well, X-Men really kind of screwed the pooch on their timelines when they decided, hey, let's voluntarily introduce time travel and make prequels and all this shit, whatever.
True. But I feel like that's also probably their best decision because they've, in effect, made like, oh, you know these 2 films that you didn't like? Never happened.
Yes,
Never happened at all. It's just a bad dream. Ooh.
What? We didn't screw up the Phoenix Saga, one of the greatest comic book storylines ever, probably, that even the cartoons got right? No, we didn't screw that up.
Nope, we didn't screw that up. You know that Brett Ratner film that you hate? Never happened. Ooh.
Yeah. So I respect that, though, that they can be like, didn't fucking happen. We didn't do it. We don't remember it. It's not in our timeline.
Yeah, but X-Men Apocalypse still happened. But, you know, that's another story.
It wasn't that bad.
No, it wasn't that bad. It just wasn't as good as Days of Future Past.
I remember when it just came out, because Triple J, they're like an alternate music radio station here in Australia, for anyone who might not be local. They do like little mini reviews, and they'll air them.
Mark Fennell, that movie guy.
Yeah, they'll air them like 1,000 times, because it literally is like a 1 minute long review. And when they did X-Men Apocalypse, it was just a minute of him absolutely shitting on it. like he saw it as like we saw Fantastic. That's what he felt. Yeah.
That's not how I felt. Like it's fine. I'm more just disappointed that like after Days of Future Past, this one was just just okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, and because Triple J were playing it 100 times, and that's what I listen to while I'm at work. So it's I'm just like, come on,
beating
man.
into your head. It's terrible. It's terrible. Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
I'm just like, come on, man. It wasn't that bad.
It's all right.
Lighten up.
Shame. Yeah. I don't know. All right. Let's move on from some X-Men. Would you miss Patrick Stewart? Are you looking? I'm hoping that Wolverine 3 is like a really good film, so it's like a good note for him to go out on.
Yeah, a good send-off for the 2 of them, really, now.
Because I like
I'm missing
Wolverine.
a bit, but still, we got McAvoy, and McAvoy's been doing well, so... Yeah.
We don't know who's going to be the new Wolverine, though. That's still like something that... I don't know who you'd cast.
Tom Hiddleston. I don't know.
Tom Hiddleston. No, he's Loki. You can't put Tom Hiddleston as Wolverine. It needs to be... Like, who's like a big star who isn't a comic book character yet? That's the problem. Like, all of the stars that we know.
Daniel Craig, maybe, but then he's getting to the point where he's getting a bit old for it too.
Nah, he's a bit
Tom
too old
Hardy?
for it too.
Tom
Hardy? He's like... He did Bane, and then he's doing some 100 Bullets, I think. He's doing some independent thing. I don't think he'd want to do it. Like, he'd be an interesting choice, because, I don't know, I want someone who's like short and stocky and up and coming. Maybe like the guy who plays Eggsy in Kingsman could do it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's a bit too pretty. It's like hard to think of like.
Yeah, because I'm trying to think of someone who's just like, not too big, not too huge, because Wolverine's never been the tallest guy around.
Yeah, he needs to be like a short kind of like Canadian scruffy looking fella.
Yeah, I'm about to say, but still like kind of scruffy looking and with a bit of a temper and a pirate's
Fuck,
mouth.
Hugh Jackman's too perfect. Just clone Hugh Jackman. Just make him do it.
Exactly, just like when he's sitting here trying to think of someone to do it. Like, fuck, who would do it?
Could Baby Thor do it? Bloody, what's his name? Liam Hemsworth?
Liam Hemsworth.
He's too tall, I think.
Yeah, he's too tall and he's too pretty.
There's got to be some other Australian who can take it. Like, we can't let an actual Canadian play a Canadian superhero. We need to keep that for ourselves.
I don't know, Let's go to IMDb, because this is how we run this show, people.
Yeah. Now, look, we'll put that as a poll. If anyone, cares to answer that, let us know. What do you think? On Twitter at PCMR Podcast. Tweet us. Tell us, who do you think the next Wolverine should be?
Because we don't fucking know.
Yeah. If McAvoy suddenly dies, who should be the next not Patrick Stewart. Who should be the next?
Who should be the next Patrick Stewart?
Who should be the next Professor X?
Oh. I shouldn't be yelling over sore throat.
All right, let's move on to some non-comic book stuff, some classic literature. We talk too much about them funny books. Brett,
Them funny books.
them books with all them pictures. Let's talk about some books that have more words. Them wordy books. Narnia,
The Chronicles of Narnia, yes.
written by C.S. Lewis. These, we have had a few films already, but they're rebooting and doing the
Is it a reboot?
Silverchair.
It's a reboot. It's a reboot. No,
It's
is
a
it
reboot.
Is it a reboot? Because I thought they were just kind of continuing on the same.
They're continuing on,
series.
but I think they're like recasting like any characters who were played in the films before because they've all grown up too much, so they have to
definitely. It's been like 6 years since.
Yeah, it's been
What's
way
the
too long. I
last one?
really hated that last film. That what was it called? Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Yeah, I
'Cause
didn't
there's
even see it, to be honest.
Oh, it's the worst. It's like probably on my like list of like most hated films of all time because there is a BBC version of the Voyage of the Dawn Treader that's just like it's probably not good, but I remember it being really good and being really solid, and I really enjoyed that book as well. And then the film was just total garbage, so that like really angered me. So I was just like, this is trash. I never want to hear or speak of this again. This is dead to me. Like, it's that same kind of feeling I got with like Last Airbender or Batman and Robin. It's taken something that like is really like, oh, I've really enjoyed this property, and you've adapted it into just like garbage.
Yeah. Well, see, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, I remember that one clearly. It was an instant classic.
I quite like that film, and the sequel, Prince Caspian.
Yeah.
I quite like those two.
See, I don't remember Prince Caspian as much, but I do remember enjoying it.
I really liked, like, they added a lot of like Lord of the Rings kind of elements to it because the books, they have like battles and like, you know, fights between the witches forces and people for Aslan, but I don't know, it was just like really like epic, and it was around that kind of Lord of the Rings time where it was even filmed in New Zealand, and they had like a Weta Workshop working on all like the cool like effects and swords and stuff. Oh, it was neat. Another film that had James McAvoy, actually. He played Mr. Tumnus.
Oh, yeah, he did too, didn't he?
Yeah, there you go. There's a blade. Fuck, I should have used that as the connection.
Oh, we ruined
Wasted
the segue.
Wasted segue.
We love our dumb segues, and we always get way too excited when we do them.
But no, I really enjoyed that film. I'm hoping that this is good. I don't have high hopes, though, because the last Voyage of the Dawn Treader was trash.
It's not Voyage, it's Doige.
Voyage.
Voyage of the Dawn Treader.
Yeah, it was just trash. So this might be good. I can't actually remember much about Silverchair. I read all the books at some point, but I can't remember shit about them. The one I remember the most is the last one where there was like a monkey who was evil for some reason, which I think was
monkeys are evil. The monkeys are always evil.
Probably some dig at like evolution because the books are all like a metaphor for Christianity.
I know they're dumb.
Yeah, but no, I can't remember what Silverchair is about. It's about an Australian band.
Silverchair is an Australian band fronted by that guy who got cancer.
Yeah, it's about that they create a song, Frog Stomp, and I'm a Freak or whatever, and that's what the film's gonna be. Narnia presents that guy from Silverchair. What's his name?
It's Daniel something, isn't it?
Lewis? No. Walking in a straight line. I don't know.
I love how like their first album was like an actual grunge album, and they were just like, yeah, we're pop rock.
Man, I know that's like him to like, I'm in a different place now, my brain's in a different place, this is the kind of music I want to create. Sure, you know, whatever. You have your own like new artistic vision, follow that. But man, it's not good.
Daniel Johns.
Daniel Johns, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like their new stuff. I don't like his stuff.
Wait, they're together again? Oh my god, they're together again.
Are they?
Oh no.
No,
they're not. They're not.
Oh, anyway, I don't like them.
No, because the Wikipedia article I'm on, usually they'll say, oh, indefinite hiatus. And it said indefinite hibernation. So I'm like, is that a new album? No.
Coming 2017, indefinite hibernation. Frog Stomp 2, even stompier.
That's just me being dumb, I guess.
They just like have a sequel to all of their hits. Like, here's Walking in a Straight Line, even straighter this time.
Or walking down a bench line. Ooh.
I'm a freak.
Remake.
Freakiest freak. The freakier freak.
I don't
Electric Freakaloo. I don't know.
I don't know any more of their songs to continue the
The
joke.
Freakening. I don't know. I've run out of... Freak to the Lost World. I've run out of...
Freak to the Lost Freak, you mean?
Yeah, there we go. All right. That's enough sequel names. Do you want to get into some Blake trailers? Do you want to
Let's
do
talk about
trailer
some
talk?
goddamn trailers.
Alrighty. I want to save this badass boy.
Yeah, we'll save the one for last.
Let's get into the one that I didn't watch first. American Horror Story.
I knew you wouldn't watch that. I sent it to you, and I'm like, you still don't watch the show, so
No,
I'll
I
just
probably
talk about
could.
it.
I realize now that I could have watched it because it's anthology and it's like it's a new season, so it's a new thing.
Yeah, it's not going to give away anything.
So I only realized that now, but watching, I saw like season 6. Oh, I haven't watched season 1 through 5. Ah, fuck it, I won't watch this.
Well, it's a bunch of teaser trailers because what they like to do is they put out like 100 fucking 6-second teasers. This show,
Yeah.
so from just piecing together information, seems to be something like they're on a farmhouse out in the middle of nowhere. Seems like it might be some sort of slaughterhouse. Got some chainsaw sounds.
Also, they're finally doing some bloody Texas Chainsaw Massacre stuff.
Maybe. Well, there was only one of the things where there was a chainsaw sound.
Okay.
There was some weird people with dark, glowy eyes. There was a baby's crib with like hooks and knives on the mobile.
Ooh, so, yeah, man, I could get into that because like the other stuff, like a haunted house, fine. Oh yeah, crazy asylum, cool. Like some
Man,
witches.
you've got to
yeah,
watch
all right.
Asylum. It has aliens and it has Nazi doctors.
I should watch it, and I did like the first episode. Like someone should have told me
And it has
sooner
Zachary Quinto.
someone should have told me sooner that it had aliens in it because I would have been on it in a second because fucking love aliens.
Quinto.
That's Evan Peters. Fucking ooh.
Evan Peters is in every season.
Boy, I should watch every season now. I'll get round to... Man, there's too many TV shows. All right, I haven't even caught up with Black... what's it called? Bloody
But man,
Orphan Black.
Man, there are so
Or Peaky
few
Blinders,
good
just-
horror shows. There are so few good horror shows. An
That's
American Horror Story is probably the one really good horror show on TV right now, in my opinion.
I am hate watching The Strain. Like, I've watched the first 2 seasons.
what?
Because The Strain, it's by, like, it's based on, like, a book by Guillermo del Toro and some other guy. It's got the bad guy from Ant-Man and Filch in it. And it's...
Okay.
It's good, but not really. I don't
Oh,
know.
really? Okay.
There's a child actor on it who's the worst, and they changed him in season 2, so I thought he might get better, but he just got worse. And I'm hoping that next season he's just like dead forever.
Then again, for the longest time, I was feeling that about Carl in The Walking Dead, but then he got better.
Yeah, he grew up, and I don't hate that actor. Like he seems like a cool dude.
Oh, I
He's
hated
fine.
the actor for a while.
He's all right.
Yeah, he's good now.
Yeah.
He's learned how to act. The character has learned how to stop being a little fucking shit.
Carl, that kid
Carl!
moves so fast. Where'd he go now?
Stay with me, Carl.
Got
Get behind me, Carl.
Can't get these walkers out of here. Where's this accent even from? Oh my god. What was that burp right in the middle there?
Did you know, like, freaking... Oh, what's his name? Whoever plays Rick, he didn't know that he said Carl weird. And someone asked him...
It's like, what's that about, man?
Yeah,
What do you
someone,
mean, man?
an interviewer or someone asked him about it. Like, do you realize you're saying Carl wrong? He's like, what? What? I didn't know I was saying it wrong.
It's just Carl. It's Carl, mate.
And, like, he
It's
doesn't have Twitter or anything, so he didn't realize it was, like, a whole fucking meme.
Oh, that's the funniest thing with like actors don't have like Twitter or something, or they have someone else managing their social media, and they're just like so disconnected from what's actually like going on in like the internet space, and then they find out it's like, what are people saying about me? Why,
Yeah,
why are
exactly.
they making fun of me? What did I do? You did a funny voice. Ah, fuck. Dang it.
Yeah. Cool. Anyway, we somehow got onto The Walking Dead. Yeah, American Horror Story.
Yeah, American Horror Story.
American Horror Story. There's some pretty cool trailers, little teasers. There was also like a poster that came out, which was like basically just like spiders crawling out of eyes.
Ooh,
It's a pretty good trailer.
creepy. All right,
This is
well,
what the show's about. It's about creepiness.
you know, when does this come out? Next year or October or something?
September.
September. All right. You watch the first episode. If it's good, I'll jump on this season. I'll try and stay up to date with this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll see. We got a month until it comes out. A little over a
All right.
month.
So that's what I'm saying to you. All right, let's talk about let's do the other horror thing before we get into some seasonal spirit. Resident Evil, the final chapter. Now, what was the last Resident Evil film you saw?
I haven't seen fucking one of them.
You haven't seen one of them? The last one I saw was, I think, Apocalypse, which is the third one.
But
And this is
how many is there now? Like fucking 8?
I think I could be 9.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's that end.
I was
right
thinking
there.
7, but I was thinking like, maybe the last one was 7. What the fuck are we up to? It's the final chapter. The point is, it's the last one.
Yeah, I don't fucking believe that for a second.
Nah, like
Well,
this is probably
the-
one of the strangely one of the most successful like video game movie franchises, which it shouldn't be. It's
But-
not good.
There aren't many successful video game movie franchises.
This is the one. Like the only
Because-
other one I can think of that had a sequel was Mortal Kombat.
Well, because video games don't need to be made into movies. They can just be their own form of entertainment.
They are. But I think you can do some interesting things. Like there's some cool fan films out there, and I really like the Street Fighter. Sorry, just burped there. Street Fighter Assassin's Fist. That was a fan film that was done. Forget who the people were, but it was really well done. I actually think that's probably my favorite because it was a bunch of shorts. It was on like Machinima or something, but when you put it together, it was like 2.5 hours, and that's like one of my favorite video game films out there. It's actually like really good. It just focuses on. It has a very small focus. It doesn't try to focus on like, oh, here's all these other characters. It just does the origin story for Ken and Ryu. And for someone who like doesn't really, I never really played Street Fighter. I really got into like the lore and like all the things for it. So I was like, wow, this is actually really cool and interesting. So I'd recommend that as like, if you want a good like video game movie kind of thing, check out that. It's way better than those Mortal Kombat ones that are out there as well. Those are okay, but this one is actually really good.
What about Super Smash Brothers, man?
Don't talk to me about that garbage. That heaping pile of Dennis Hopper with gelled up hair garbage.
Mario Brothers movie. I remember watching that back in the day. And Bowser was just some fucking weird looking
Fucking
dinosaur.
Dennis Hopper with like gelled up hair, spiky hair. Why? Why?
Can I get your name, sir? Mario. Last name? Mario. So your name is Mario.
Mario.
It's an actual scene from the movie.
I love Bob Hoskins, but that movie's trash. That's straight up trash.
For some reason, I've just never forgotten the Mario scene. Now, every time I play a Mario game or see Mario, I'm like, yeah, Mario.
All right. So anyway, back to Resident Evil. Look, it's pulling like a Guardians of the Galaxy. They've put here's a cool song that you like. Oh, take me out to Paradise City. Yeah, whatever. It looks cheap. Like, did you get that feeling by watching this? Like,
sorry, I was just singing there.
did it look cheap to you?
A little bit. Zombies are just, they're so overdone now that you have to do it really good. Like, you have to do it Walking Dead good, you have to do it The Last of Us good, or I just don't give a shit.
Yeah, like this and like, what's that other one? Underworld. I don't care much for I'm a lady and I'm dressed in all leather and I'm the badass and I can never lose and I'm the greatest. And it's just like, whatever. These films are so, like, for like goths and 15-year-old kids who think vaping is cool. It's like, they're not good.
It had Jorah Mormont in it, though.
So bloody one of them had the guy from Prison Break in it as like Chris Redfield, I think, and just because it's got bloody Captain Cold in it doesn't mean I'm gonna watch it.
Well, it's a positive at least.
Yeah, I guess so. But no, it's That's
Sum
fine.
up, we could fucking care less about this film.
Not even an iota. I don't care. Like, it's done like the opposite, where like the Fast and the Furious films got super dumb, and I tried to avoid them for a while, but I marathoned through like 4 through 7, and it's actually like it all like 4 through 6 work as a trilogy, and then like 7 is like a sequel to 6. So it's like, I don't know, they kind of like play into each other, and you watch them all back to back, and you're just like, this is super dumb, but I'm having such a great time with this. I could actually recommend those films now. Like, they're hot garbage, but man, some of the most entertaining hot garbage out there. It's like, think of like all this like really cool like antique stuff heaped in a pile and set on fire, and that's Fast and the Furious.
Okay, away from your weird watching habits, let's talk about some seasonal bullshit. Did you watch the original Bad Santa? I have to ask.
I remember watching it like back when it came out. So like, how old? 2004. I would have been. Is it 2004 or like 2006, something like that?
I wouldn't have a clue.
It was around that time, like, watching a movie where like someone swears. It would have been like, oh, they're swearing. But now it's like everyone swears and every other thing has swearing in it. So it's just like, it feels excessive and unnecessary. I'm just like, I get it. You're a Santa who swears, and it feels like a direct-to-video kind of thing, and it's like, oh, this is not good. Like, name me a comedy sequel that was funny. Exactly. Like, outside of like action comedies or like the Marvel films, which are all kind of funny, but they're not like comedies first. They're action films with some humor thrown in it. Direct like comedy sequels, never really good. Like the Hangover sequels, bad.
I'm unpopular
Ghostbusters
opinion.
2, not that good.
I didn't even really like the first fucking...
When did you see it? Like
what, Bad Santa?
yeah.
Oh, I don't remember. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember what I saw. I didn't really fucking like it.
It would have been that time, like near the end of like primary school, start of high school, where, you know, around that time where it's like, oh, watching a film with just swearing and people have sex.
It's
like,
cheap. They're going for cheap laughs. I like things that are a little bit clever. I like stand-up comedy. See, comedy movies these days, they don't do it for me as much as they used to.
No, I'm enjoying like a few comedy TV shows out there. Like I really like Silicon Valley because that's like really smart and clever, and it has one of the like the best dick jokes. I know it's like a weird thing to say, but one of the best dick jokes in season 1 I've ever seen anywhere. It's like the whole season is basically building up to this one epic dick joke that's like, wow, that's genius.
Jesus, must be a pretty good dick joke.
It's real good. You should actually like, you can even just watch the clip and it's like, this is the most clever dick joke I've ever heard in my life. But I'd recommend Silicon Valley, like 100%. It's really good. Like the last season was really funny as well. And it's actually like a really kind of cool insight into how these kind of tech companies work, because it has like a lot of true to life stuff in it as well as the comedy.
You know when you cough so hard it gives you a light head? God damn. Ugh, I'm sick, folks. It's not good.
Nah, he's just ripping too many cones, bruh. Oh, stop ripping cones while we're podcasting, Brett.
Man, I gotta stay high. Like, I can't let reality kick in. I have to be in a perpetual state.
Otherwise, you'll realize we're wasting our time and talking to no one. Oh, no. Gotta rip a cone. I'm famous.
When I'm stoned, I think that we're actually something, and I'm not just sitting in my bedroom talking into a microphone.
No, I'm not just looking at a fucking socket on the wall. Just like, oh, I'm just staring at a blank white wall going like, yeah, I have friends. Yeah. People like me. They want to know my opinion on things.
Okay, let's step away from my existential horror.
No. Anyway, let's talk about something that's actually good. Let's talk about the real, like, favorite trailer of the week. Luke Cage. Damn, boy, that shit was hot. God damn.
Shit was lit, motherfucker.
Oh, it had a Run the Jewels song in it. It was a remix. What's it called? It's It's a remix of a Mike Snow song.
I was thinking it sounded like Run the Jewels.
It
I
is.
was
It's
thinking, is this Run the Jewels?
Heart is Full featuring Run the Jewels remix by Mike Snow and Run the Jewels. Man,
There
that's
you
so
go.
good. And it had some other cool songs in it, and just like all the action is so good. And they managed to work in the tiara and the brace, like wrists and stuff, into like I wasn't sure how they're going to work into the show. I was thinking maybe the tiara could be something he wears while the transformation was happening, and then they did that. I'm like, I'm so looking forward to this show because, man, just like I think we talked about this last time. There was like that trailer for Comic-Con where it's like the world is ready for a show about a bulletproof black man.
Yes, it is. It's not even ready. It's what the world needs right now.
It's what I need right now.
We
Ooh.
need a bulletproof black man who just
Like
wraps car doors around people, and he's fucking up the gang bosses, and he just has such a big heart. I just want to love him.
And Claire Temple was in it. That was nice. Like,
Yeah,
it seems like she's going to be like the Phil Coulson was for Phase 1 for the movies. She's like that for all these TV shows. She's in every show on the Netflix stuff.
She's like the big linking factor so far.
We got a few scenes with Misty Knight, and that's cool. Seems like she's just like kind of a cop, so I'm hoping she eventually moves towards her more middle arm having kung fu queen of New York, which is just, oh boy. She also in the comics has a relationship with Iron Fist, which I think I've heard she's going to be in the Iron Fist show. So
No, actually, I read just today researching this that she isn't going to be in Iron Fist.
what? No,
But maybe she'll come back in Defenders.
I hope she does, because man, she's a cool character, and I'm really enjoying her at the moment. She's in the Captain America Sam Wilson stuff. She's on his team with D-Man and I forget someone else, but yeah, she's really cool in that stuff. And man, she's just a cool character. I hope they do a justice in the show, which they will, because the Netflix stuff hasn't let me down so far.
There's always chance, but it won't. It won't.
No.
It won't.
I'm so looking forward to this. This is my most look forward to thing in September.
When's this? It's like next month.
Yeah, next month. Like a month and 20 days away from it right now.
No, not that you're counting down at all.
Nah, not at all.
Well, it seems like what they're doing is they're releasing them on practically the same days every year. Because I remember Jessica Jones was like September 20th last year.
Yeah,
I'm
something
pretty
like
sure
that.
Daredevil season 1 came out pretty much. Season 2 came out exactly a year after season 1.
It was
So
like a little bit earlier or a little bit later, I think.
Yeah, like not by much though.
No, like
So
a
it
couple of
seems
weeks
like-
off. But yeah.
Seems like approximately around the same day every year.
Well, they're doing that pretty much with the films as well, because like November is usually when we get like a Thor film, and we're doing that next year's Thor coming out in November, and around like May-ish we get like a big tentpole thing. So yeah, if it was an Iron Man 3, Captain America, Winter Soldier, Civil War, the Avengers, it all comes around that time.
Yeah.
And your Guardians of the Galaxy is more kind of like August.
Well, anyway, that was just my little realization. Like, same time every year.
Oh man,
But- It's
So
looking like
good.
it's looking like next year they'll have Iron Fist, then Defenders, and after that they'll probably be getting into like 3 seasons of stuff a year
I'm hoping so.
because everything's going so well. We know there's going to be a season 2 of Jessica Jones. We don't know when it's happening though. We know there's going to be a Punisher. We know there's going to be a season 3 of Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna fit it all in. So like,
Yeah.
especially like because your regular TV show, you get we get a new season every year, but for this it's like like I don't know what we're gonna do.
See, it feels so much more separated though because of the fact that it all comes out at once. And people
So
like
you
you and
basically
me
watch it in a weekend. You're like, I'll watch it all at a weekend, and then it's like, fuck, it's done. Shit.
Yeah,
I need more.
Whereas something like Game of Thrones, we have 10 weeks of new episodes of it. Whereas this, we have 2 days of new episodes of it.
Pretty much. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this show. We're going to be kind of tied it over again. He's going to appear next year in Defenders, so that's good. And we got him last year in Jessica Jones, so I feel like I've seen a lot of Luke Cage, which is good.
Not even mad, bro.
Nah,
Not
some
even
Luke
mad.
Cage every year. Same with Daredevil. Gotten Daredevil last year, Daredevil this year, Daredevil next year with Defenders. Bloody got a lot of Luke Cage and Daredevil, which is good because I like those characters.
Yeah.
Give me more.
Maybe Jessica Jones will show up in Luke Cage. Who knows?
Oh, I'm hoping so.
Yeah. Is this set before or after Jessica Jones?
I think it's after Jessica Jones.
Then there's a chance of her showing up. Anyway.
Here's hoping. It's probably going to be just like a cameo or something. Anyway, that's it for this week. Yeah, nice succinct timing. If you want to tell us what you think about any of the trailers or stories we've discussed, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/PCMR podcast or on Twitter at PCMR podcast. We also have our own personal Twitter accounts. I'm at Aidan's Vlog, AIDANSVLOG.
I am at MeanMan125. Yes, I did it this week. I wasn't distracted.
Yeah.
Oh,
You can also contact us through email. We're at PCMRpodcast@gmail.com. Chuck us an email there. If you want to know, where can I listen there? You've told me where I can contact you. Where can I listen? Well, if you just wait a second, I'll tell you.
You're probably already listening to it, though.
You're probably already listening to it. But where else can I listen? Well, you can find us on YouTube. We post all our stuff there. You can also find some videos, which we're trying to keep to a schedule, but it's hard. We're busy people.
There's been a hiatus. We're going to get back into it real soon, though.
Soon.
We're shit people.
We are. But hey,
shit.
You knew that going in, so
we don't hide from the fact.
No. We also are on iTunes. Give us that 5-star on iTunes, mate. Matey potato, that really helps us out. Subscribe. That way, once you're subscribed, the episode just comes to you. Just visit iTunes. It'll be there for you waiting. Don't have to do with shit. It's great. So yeah, subscribe. Give us that 5-star review. 5 stars. Leave a review. Tell us what you think. Positive or negative. We don't mind. We'd like to hear from you. And if you're thinking, man, this is too many places to go. That's too many things to do. Well, one easy location to get to. PCMRpodcast.net. All of our social media links are there. All of the episodes get published there. One and done. Real easy.
Everything's there. If you want to find anything that we have, anything that we're on, it's all on that link.
Just before we go, we forgot to do bloody recommendations, Brett. Do you want to do a quick recommendations? Talk about what we've been doing.
I've been playing No Man's Sky. It came out today. It's a pretty good game. I've played it for about 5 hours, and it's actually really good. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah, well, all right, there you go.
Turned into gibberish.
I forgot we were supposed to do like a No Man's Sky, like thoughts and feelings. Like, how did you feel about No Man's Sky?
So I don't think I've played it enough to give a full informed opinion. I've played for about 5-ish hours, and I've been having a lot of fun. I've gotten to a couple of star systems. I've started to get a grip on all the mechanics of the games. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far.
Well, I saw Star Trek Beyond over the weekend, and I really liked it. Like, it's really good because, like, the second one I liked, but a lot of people didn't like. And this one is more like a sequel to the first film. So you can kind of watch the first film and then watch this one. So they've kind of switched it up where before it was every second Star Trek film that was good. Now it's every, third one. So it's the odd Star Trek film instead of the even. Which, yeah, fine. Whatever. They get some really cool, pairings off. You get, Bones and Spock get a cool pairing off, which is really good. Simon Pegg's character, Scotty, is in it a lot, which, considering Simon Pegg co-wrote it, makes some sense. But he's really cool in it. There's a new character, Giala or something like that. She was played by the chick from Kingsman with the knife legs. She plays an alien in this film. She's really cool. She's really kick-ass. No, I really liked it. It's badass. I'd recommend seeing it. Yeah, it was a fun time.
If you like Star Trek, go out and see that.
Even if you just like a fun kind of a fun kind of romp, it's good.
I like
my girlfriend
romps.
hadn't seen the other two films, and she got the story pretty easily. It's it's not that hard to follow.
There you go. Anything else you want to recommend this week?
I haven't really been doing much else. I can't think of what else I've been doing. I'm really enjoying a lot of comic books at the moment. There's a new one coming out. I think it'll come out tomorrow. So yesterday for you, if you're listening to this on Friday, where they're doing the court trial for Hawkeye. If you're following what's going on in Civil War II, Hawkeye's in some hot water for something that he did. So Daredevil will be prosecuting him, Matt Murdock, in the courtroom. So I'm looking forward to that. Also, Moon Knight just wrapped up its 5-story arc before it moves into the next one. That's been really cool. Really enjoying that. Punisher is really good at the moment. Spidey, which is like a throwback kind of Spider-Man story where they're doing like back when Peter Parker was younger, because now he's like in his late 20s, early 30s, running a company and doing like crazy shit in the Marvel universe. So they're doing like kind of throwback stories where it's just like first or second time he meets characters, and those have all been fun. I'd recommend that. Yeah, I can't think of what else. There's a lot of Marvel stuff that I'm reading at the moment that's really interesting. But I don't know what's coming out tomorrow besides that. So, Civil War 2, all like the tangential stuff for that has been really interesting so far. Like, some people aren't liking it, and some of the character stuff is like kind of but there is like this nice kind of tension in it where like everyone's like, we've had a civil war, we know this shit's going down, fuck, we don't want it to happen again. So there's this nice kind of tension there. Also, I really like the Civil War 2 Kingpin has a title, which is actually really cool. It's like this kind of a crime novel stuff, which is going on, like working really well into what's going on with the rest of the Civil War stuff. So yeah, that's my comic book corner stuff plus the movie.
Yeah,
there you go.
Well, you're all into the old new comic book stuff. I'm still just trying to catch up on some old stuff. I've finally gotten through the Planet Hulk run. I've decided screw it. I'm gonna keep going with Hulk. I'm moving on through the World War Hulk stuff now.
Oh, nice.
Hulk is back on Earth, and he is there with a vengeance after what happened on Planet Hulk.
Some shit went down, if I remember correctly.
Some shit went down. And I'm trying not to spoil it, and he is out for vengeance over those that sent him there.
Yeah.
What they did.
I keep meaning to read Doctor Strange, because I'm trying to read some Doctor Strange stuff before Doctor Strange comes out. Man, I've said Doctor Strange too much just then. Doctor Strange. Dr. Zaius. He can talk. I can sing. Fuck, Simpsons is so good.
I was hoping you'd do that. Anyway, yeah, so you're trying to read some Doctor Strange, yeah?
I'm trying to read Doctor Strange. I've read a little bit. There's like, they started a new run last year that's part of like the new kind of all new, all different Marvel. That's been really good. I just need to get back into it. There's too much. There's too many bloody comic books out there, mate. I'll tell you that.
So much.
There's so much Marvel stuff that I can't even get like back into the DC stuff, because it's just like I don't have time to get into all of this, because it's just it's too much stuff for me to read. I don't have time for it all.
Yeah.
And I have all the time in the world, and I don't have time enough for it. So that's how much stuff there is.
Yeah. Oh, I actually read a good Hulk one-shot thing as well recently.
Oh, yeah.
It somehow got mixed in with the totally legal acquiring of the comic books I did.
Yes. Wink, wink.
And it was... they have like a little kind of miniseries type thing they do called like The End, which is like possible endings for characters, like how they die and whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it's the Hulk one. It's a pretty long one, to be honest. And needless to say, Hulk literally outlives the Earth.
Wow.
The Hulk literally lives through the apocalypse. It's set pretty much like 200 years after the apocalypse. Bruce Banner / the Hulk are the last people left in the Earth.
Damn. Well, I'd recommend reading Civil War 2 to you once you get through all that World War Hulk. You might enjoy it.
Well, basically it goes World War Hulk, Fall of Hulks, then World War Hulks. And then that's leading up into like the freaking 2010s.
Yeah. Well, you're getting there. Like, I think you can skip over some stuff. Like, all you need, what I did is there's a few things that happen right before Secret Wars, like some good stuff from like Superior Foes of Spider-Man is good, Hawkeye, and the Miss Marvel Kamala Khan stuff. You can read some of that because it's just good stuff that you can read anyway, and then read Secret Wars, and then you can basically jump into everything that's going on now, because you just like read from the number ones there, the new number ones, and you could just like fucking kick right into it, because it's basically a new universe. It's set 8 months down the line. Shit's pretty easy to get into.
True. Yeah,
I've one little complaint. Like, there's one thing that happens in the new Iron Man that is it's unexplained. And then I was reading through like some comments asking people like, "What? Why is that building knocked over? What the fuck happened there?" And they're like, "Oh, it's something that happened in the Inhuman book." So now I'm annoyed. Like, fuck! Now I have to read the Inhuman book to find out what happened. Shit. I've been because so far I've just been not reading them, and it's been fine because they don't fucking matter. But now it's like, oh, they fucking matter. We're trying to make them important. So I don't know how I'm going to be feeling walking into like, because I think next event after Civil War 2 is Inhumans versus X-Men, and that sounds like so not interesting to me. So we'll see how I go with that.
Yeah. So like the thing with the World War Hulk that I'm starting to read through now, I'm so glad that the total legal acquisition I did has them kind of all organized in the right order, because it pretty much runs through everyone else's stories.
Oh yeah,
there is like 4 actual World War Hulk ones, then everything else is like 20 comics of other people's comics that he's in as part of the World War Hulk run.
Yeah, it's pretty standard for a big crossover event. Like,
yeah, and it's just so confusing. I was just so glad that this file was so organized with them all in the right order. So I'm like, great, I know which order to read them in.
It took me months to get through. What was the last one I read that had like a big file like that? It was Skrull Invasion. It was just like going from like different comic to different comic. So many characters I'd never heard of. It's like, oh, and here's bloody Speedball. And I'm like, who the fuck's Speedball? Okay, all right, let's go through some crazy people. Fuck, there are a lot of characters that are just like inconsequential in those books.
Yeah. Well, how many issues do you think that would have been?
Oh, probably like over 50, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, the Planet Hulk that I just finished was 22 issues. That took me about a fortnight.
Fuck.
And let's look. World War Hulk, that is... it's a lot.
Yeah.
It looks about 50. It looks about 50 issues for World War Hulk. And I've also already acquired Fall of Hulks, which is another 12 issues.
Oof.
And World War Hulks is another 15 issues. So
Yeah.
I've got a lot of this stuff waiting for me.
Okay, well, you better get back to it then. That's the end of the podcast. We'll see you
talking
guys
too much
later.
about comics.
Yeah, we've given you a little bit of extra right after podcast. You could have ended it after we said all the links and stuff, but here's a little bit extra for you guys at home because we loves you.
Yeah, for those of you who stayed around.
You're great. You're cool guys.
Anyway,
Guys and girls, or whatever you want to identify. I won't get into that. You know, you're cool people. Well, that's good, right? Leave it at people. I don't have to assume they identify as a cat or something. Like, if you identify as a cat, I mean, you're a person. Calm down. Cats are not great. I have a cat now. I like it. I didn't think I was a cat person. I like my cat, but you know, you're not a cat. Calm down. Anyway, that's my political stance.
okay.
I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Farewell. See you guys. Talk amongst yourselves.